So in this tutorial, we are going to learn the following concepts: introduction to artificial intelligence and generative AI, how generative AI works, key technologies behind generative AI, applications of generative AI, advantages of generative AI, limitations and challenges, the future of generative AI, and summary points. So let's start our tutorial with the concept introduction to artificial intelligence and generative AI. So artificial intelligence, which is also called as AI, is the ability of machines or computer programs to do tasks that normally need human intelligence. So these tasks include learning from data, making decisions, understanding language, and more. One very special branch of AI is called generative AI. Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content. So this content may be in the form of text, images, audio, video, or even a computer code. It does not just follow rules, instead, it learns patterns from a large amounts of data and uses that learning to produce new results that look like they were created by humans. Now, let's see how generative AI works. So, here I am going to give a brief idea on how generative AI works. So, generative AI works by using some machine learning models, especially a type of deep learning models or neural networks called transformer models. So, these models are trained using a large amount of data. So during training, the system tries to understand how the data is structured, how the parts are connected, and what kind of pattern exists in that data. Once the training is complete, the AI can generate new content that looks similar to the data it has seen before. For example, if it has been trained on thousands of poems, it can generate a new poem in a similar style. It does not just copy old data, instead, it combines the knowledge it learned to create something original and new. Now, let's see key technologies behind generative AI. So, the main technologies that support generative AI were neural networks and transformer models. So, neural networks are like the brain of the AI system. They are made up of many layers of artificial neurons that pass information from one to another. Transformer models, which are a type of neural networks and which are more advanced, are especially good at understanding and generating language. So, popular transformer models is the one used by the ChatGPT. So, these models pays attention to how words or elements are related to each other in a sentence or in an image. So, they can focus on different parts of the input data and understand the deeper meaning behind it, which makes their output more accurate and natural. So, here I just explained a brief on how generative AI works and key technologies behind generative AI. I know this would be like an introduction, but I explained in detail about these things in my other post called Generative AI, where I explain in detail about transformers and how encodings works and a lot of other concepts. So you can explore that course as well. So now let's see applications of generative AI. So generative AI has many useful applications in different fields. In writing, it can generate articles, blog, summaries, or creative stories. In design, it can help to create artworks, graphics, and animations. In music, it can compose original melodies. In education, it can explain topics in simple language and it can generate practice questions as well. In software development, it can help to write code or to fix bugs in a software. So it is also used in customer services to create powerful chatbots that respond naturally to customer questions. In healthcare, it helps in generating medical reports or analyzing data to predict outcomes. So these are just a few of the many ways generative AI is helping people in their daily work. Now, let's see some of the advantages of generative AI. So generative AI saves a lot of time and effort. So it can do creative tasks in a few seconds that would take humans hours or even days. It allows people to explore more ideas quickly. People who are not professional writers, designers, or developers can still produce quality work using generative AI tools. It improves productivity and allows individuals and business to focus on more important decision making activities. It also helps in personalizing content for different users, which is useful in education, marketing, and entertainment. So, now let's see some of the limitations and challenges in generative AI. Although Generative AI is very powerful. It also has some limitations. Sometimes it can produce wrong or misleading information because it does not truly understand the meaning behind what it generates. It only works based on the pattern it has seen in the data. It can also sometimes repeat or create content that is similar to what already exists, so which may raise concerns about copyright. Another issue is bias. If the training data contain bias, then the output may also reflect the bias. Finally, using these systems without proper supervision can cause ethical problems such as spreading fake news or deep fakes. Now, let's see the future of generative AI. The future of generative AI looks very promising. Researchers are working to make these systems more reliable, more creative, and more ethical. As technology grows, we can expect generative AI to be used in even more fields such as law, finance, fashion, and science. It will not replace humans, but it will support humans by doing repetitive and time consuming tasks. People will need to learn how to work with these tools effectively. It is important to use them responsibly and understand their strengths and weakness. So recent advancement in generative AI, we can say that it's an agentic AI. So in agents, we may use LLMs. So actually LLMs are also one of the applications for generative AI. So generative AI is not just a tool for professionals, but for everyone who wants to think creatively and work smarter. So now let's summarize what we learned in this particular video. So generative AI is a branch of AI that creates new content like text, images, music, videos, or code. So it works by learning patterns from the large data sets and using deep learning or transformer models. So it is used in writing, art, coding, education, music, customer service, and more. So it saves times, boosts creativity, and increases productivity. It faces challenges such as producing errors, bias in results, and ethical concerns as well. So its future includes more development, more uses, and the need for the responsible usage. So in the next video, we are going to see how generative AI differs from traditional AI.